Hey guys, what's up? Tori here, and happy New Year's to you guys. It is New Year's Eve today, and every year I always do my, reflection of the previous year and my goals for in the coming year. And uh, I can't believe that 2018 is almost done, and starting tomorrow it is going to be 2019. Like, that is just so crazy and insane to me. And oh, it's crazy. And just reflecting on this last year as a whole, I honestly have no complaints for this last year. This last year has been a really good year for me, in all honesty. Um, it did have a few rough moments here and there. It kind of started off a little bit rough, a little bit, because I had some uncertainties when the year began. Because when the year first began, I was in between jobs. I didn't have a job at the very, very beginning of the year. So I was kind of looking for a new job and kind of wasn't sure where things were going to go. And this last year, I can honestly just say one word to really just define this last year for me is journey. This last year's just been a journey, and I've come so far in this last year. I feel like, especially mentally, which has also made me be able to come farther physically as well. And I can honestly say I am the happiest I've ever been in my life right now. I am. I am so happy right now. I honestly cannot find like anything to really complain about in life. Life is just good right now. It is. And um, I've gotten a new job and I love where I work now, even though I only work part-time. I love it where I work. I was able to get the extra skin on my stomach removed in this last year, and that has made things way easier on me physically, and has helped me even be able to continue to be healthy and lose even more weight. In this last year, I was able to lose another like 20 pounds from this time last year. Um, 7.5 of that was just my skin, but then there was additional that was still on me that I was able to lose too, which is awesome. And I am definitely at the best place I've ever been health-wise as well. And mentally is where I have come the farthest. Starting counseling has really made a difference for me. It has really helped me become a much better person, much more honest, truthful, kind, caring, more stable person. And it has helped me just all around become better. I feel much better about where I am at now in life than what I did a year ago. And like I said, it started off a little rough because, I kind of began this journey at the very beginning of the year, but overall, it's been a great year. I have not a lot to complain about. And I also fell in love in this last year. I fell in love with an amazing, amazing man. And I am also happy to say, if you guys haven't already noticed in this, that we are engaged. So I am just gonna put that up close. Hopefully it'll focus on it for you guys there so you can see it. Oh, it's not wanting to focus. There we go. So there is the ring. The camera really does not do it justice, but yes, we are engaged. I am very happy to say that and announce that. We actually got engaged just 2 days ago, so on December 29 is when he proposed to me. And he did throw me for a loop. Like, I was half expecting it, but half not expecting it too, all at once. And it ended up being a pretty good surprise because he really had me thrown off, because when he picked me up in the morning, first off, he even asked if I was available that day, and I was like, yeah, I have absolutely zero plans for once. So, and he was like, cool, let's just spend the day together. Let's hang out. And I was like, okay. So he came and picked me up at 10 o'clock in the morning. Well, it was after 10. It was probably a little bit closer to 10:30 by the time he picked me up, but it was around then. And when I first got in his truck, there was a gift card to a restaurant, and I was like, oh no, he's gonna take me out to breakfast. I already had breakfast, like, I'm not hungry. But nope, he didn't do that. He kept driving, and then he was actually heading towards his parents' house, and I was like, we are not going to spend the day just sitting at your parents' house like that. I was thinking this in my head, like, okay. But no, he actually kept going, and there's actually a park that we took a walk at like one of our first few like dates that we went on. There's a park that we took a walk at, and he actually drove us there, and his parents' house was actually really close to there, so he went past his parents into that park. And we got out of the truck, and he was like, well, we walked those trails this time, so why don't we take a walk on these trails this time? And I was like, okay, that sounds great. and we started walking to the trail, and before we even got on the trail, he like stopped dead in his tracks, grabbed me and turned me around, grabbed both my hands, and the very first word, he was getting like all choked up, and the very first words out of his mouth was, "Tori, I want to spend the rest of my life with you." And he dropped down on one knee and he asked me to marry him, and I of course said yes. I started to get choked up at first, but then it was like I just was so like overjoyed and excited that I never actually did start crying, but I was just like, oh my gosh, like this is so crazy. And he put the ring on my hand, and I of course said yes, and I am so excited about that. And falling in love is something I never thought would happen for me, especially in this year. Like, it's crazy. Like, it was something I wasn't even like necessarily like actively trying to look for anymore. Like, I just kind of was like, let God's will be done with that, and I let God's will be done with that, and look what happened. So that to me is amazing, and I'm so excited to get to marry him because he is the most amazing, kind, caring, selfless man ever, and he loves me for who I am despite my past, despite everything I've gone through, despite all my crap I take with me. He loves me despite all that because he doesn't care about all that. He just cares about who I am as a person, who I am now. And he's like, I don't care who you once were. I don't care about anything you've ever done, because we've all done stupid things and bad things. I care about, how far you've come and where you are at now. Like, that's what's important to me. And the fact that you're doing good now, that's all that matters. And the fact that he said that to me, like, means the world to me. And he repeatedly always tells me, like, yeah, that doesn't matter. It doesn't, like, when I tell him stuff about me, he's like, yeah, it don't matter. Like, that's who you were. That's where you were once at. And this is where you are now. Like, and I just love that about him. And he is a really great Christian man, too. He is a great man of God, too. And I love that about him as well, that he is a good Christian man. That was, like, my number one priority in finding someone to marry, is that they had to be a good Christian guy. Like, that was number one. And he is, and he's great. He even made profession of faith at my church, and he's actually a member of my church now. So we can both continue to go to attend my church, because he actually really likes my church. Now it's our church, not just my church. And I love that, and this year is just going to be so exciting. So I accomplished a lot more happened in this last year than I ever thought it would. And so now looking to 2019, obviously the biggest thing for 2019 is wedding planning. It's going to be a crazy, busy ride and roller coaster of craziness in planning my wedding and getting married. And because I actually just today reserved our reception venue, it is looking like we are going to be getting married on September 21 of 2019. So, awesome. So excited. And I cannot wait. It's going to be great. And I am excited to start doing all the planning and fun stuff. And yeah, I'm very excited for all of it. Like, and especially like going and making registries and dress shopping and putting together decorations and all that. Like, I'm excited for all of it. It's going to be a lot of fun. And my goal for that is just to have fun with it and not get stressed about it, not freak out about it. I am determined to not be a bridezilla in any way, shape, or form. I am determined just to enjoy the ride and have fun with it, because this only happens once in your life, so I'm going to enjoy it. And so obviously that makes another goal is just continuing to grow my relationship with my fiance, my soon-to-be husband, and continue to grow my relationship with him and get closer with him, and get our relationship in a good place before we even are married, so that way it can continue to grow and even be better once we are married. So obviously that goal. As far as my health, I just plan to keep doing what I'm doing, keep, staying healthy, eating right, exercising, doing everything I can to just keep my body healthy too. And my mind, I plan on continuing my counseling. I don't plan on stopping that anytime soon, because it definitely is very good for me and helps me a lot and makes me feel so much better about myself. So I definitely plan to continue that. And as far as my faith, I plan on continuing to grow that and work on that too. I got my new devotional for Christmas that I already showed you guys. I plan on doing that daily, getting better about reading my Bible and praying more and all that, and getting, really in a good place spiritually, and just continuing things. Like, honestly, it's just going to be a year of continuance, continue journeying and growth, and I'm excited to see what happens in this year as I plan and stuff. And it's gonna be a wild year, it's gonna be a fun year, and I'm excited for it. Job wise, I don't plan on leaving my job anytime soon. I love it where I'm at, and you know, it's good, and my fiance has a good job too, so I think financially we'll be in a pretty okay spot. I'm not too worried about it, and I know God will take care of us and provide for us. On top of wedding planning, obviously, is going to be house searching too, which we've already been house searching a little bit, but now that's going to be way more in full swing too, finding a place for us to live. So prayers that God will provide us a great place to live that is perfect for us and for our needs. And yeah, so that will be part of this journey as well. But overall, this year is going to just be another crazy journey ahead, and I'm excited for it. I look forward to it, and I just say God's will be done, and I know God has got it all in control and has got plans for me and my fiance, and I'm excited too for all my family and friends that are going to be along with us for the ride, and it's going to be really great. I am very excited. So yeah, honestly, that's all I have to say. For goals for the next year, because I don't have any, like I said, just honestly my wedding and, you know, growing that and journeying more along life and continue to just grow myself, better myself, and always work on myself more. Like, that's all I think I can ever do. There's no such thing as perfect. I will never be perfect. Nobody in this world is perfect. No one will ever be perfect, but you can always work to be better all the time, and that's just honestly how I'm going to look at it for this coming year, is just continuing to work to be better and grow my relationship with my fiance and plan my wedding and have my wedding. And yeah, and I plan on taking you guys along for the ride as much as I can. You know, I'll update you here and there on where things are at. So yeah, I'm excited. And that's where I'm going to leave it. If you want to follow me much closer, the best place to follow me is Instagram. I post there pretty regularly. You can always follow me there. I will leave the link in the description box below. You can also follow me on Twitter and Snapchat. I have those as well. I don't post to those near as often, but I will put those links in the description below so you guys can follow me much closer and keep much more up to date with where things are at for me. I love you guys so much, and I appreciate you guys so much. And I also just want to say, as far as YouTube goes, I plan on continuing to do videos as often as I can. I try hard to do at least a weekly video. But, you know, obviously with a lot of busyness that's going to be happening this year, that could not be as frequent, but I plan on continuing to do YouTube as long as I'm able. So I just want to let you guys know that as well. So yes, I appreciate all of you and all your love and support. You guys are amazing. I love you guys so very much. Happy New Year to you guys. I hope you have a wonderful end to your 2018, and that your 2019 year is also amazing. God bless you guys. Love you all so much. See you in the next video in the next year. Bye.